If you've just joined us, you're watching Newslink on DSTV channel 403. Now, the issue of safe scholar transport is once again under the spotlight. That's after a horrific crash that killed 19 school children and 2 adults in uPhongolo in KwaZulu-Natal. Today, we focus on how dangerous modes of transport can be for pupils. eNCA senior reporter Dasen Thathia is tracking the story for us and joins us live. Good morning, Dasen. From your understanding, what kind of measures is government looking to put in place to protect scholars from the dangerous modes of transport?
Mfundo, let me start by saying this. I feel like I've been doing this story for years now, the issue of scholar transport, and every time that we think that there's going to be a change, there isn't necessarily. So progress is very slow in that area. And let me qualify that statement by saying that the Education Department has said that it currently provides scholar transport for about 60,000 pupils in KwaZulu-Natal, but the need is around the region of 100,000. So that already shows a shortfall, and the reason for that is because there's simply no money. So there's no budget to accommodate that extra need and those pupils that need it. But here in uPhongolo, there's a number of issues. One of them is that, yes, there is the issue of scholar transport because of the distance. So that means that any pupil that is doing a trip of more than 5 kilometers to or 5 kilometers back from school, so a 10-kilometer return trip, should in fact qualify for scholar transport. But then there's a secondary issue where parents are sometimes choosing schools that may be out of their particular choice, and that means that they sometimes organize their own transport, which we are told was what happened with that particular incident where the accident took place. Many of those pupils were in transport that was arranged privately by the parents, and the main mode of transport around these areas is at the back of bakkies. I mean, even if you just walk around here along the roads, you'll see that it's not just pupils, but adults that also use that transport. So a number of issues. I'm going to bring into the conversation now Mr. Samson Yende, who's the SADTU chairperson in uPhongolo. I think it's clear that there is a need for safe transport, because it's not just motorized transport I'm talking about, but yesterday when we were working in the area, we saw children that were walking alongside the N2 trying to get home from school. So talk to me about how serious the issue is broadly around uPhongolo.
Yes, the issue of safe transport is very much necessary, mainly with learners that are residing nearby the N2 road. Because they also cross the road from the other side of due to their residential areas and coming to the school. There are some assistance from the municipality, but it is inadequate. Also, the danger of high-speeding trucks and congestion on the roads is also giving, and the road is small in here. It's sometimes 2-lane, and trucks want to overtake one another in the process and causing damage on that one. That is also traumatizing the community. Even the commuters, those that are driving their own cars, are having a serious burden with that one. So the intervention of the government is necessary, and also the law enforcement agencies must also be increased in the area. There is a lot of need with that one. 2, with regard to scholar transport, we believe that those that are transported by van moving, even though it is not 5 kilometers apart, but there is a need of regulation, because now you find, like in this case of this current accident, wherein 20 learners were found in one vehicle. That on its own makes the scenario very much worse, because a lot of people died at once. If maybe there was a regulation, a few people would have been affected.
Mr. Yende, I just want to come in here on that issue. How much of a role do schools have to play in ensuring that doesn't happen? For example, these vans, are they picking up kids directly outside the school, where one can easily see that 20 pupils or 18 pupils should not be in a vehicle?
Yes, they come and pick the learners on the gates of the school. You see, so they know there is an arrangement with their parents. They pick the kids on the gates of the school and they move. But then the number, you see, there must be a regulation that a van cannot take such big number of learners, because when then we come to a situation like this, we find ourselves all traumatized, and a lot of people are in danger. So I was trying to respond with regard of areas that need scholar transport. We have areas like Ward 14, where there are serious long distances traveled by learners. We have areas like Ward 1, according to the municipality, wherein a lot learners travels long distance, and you can see if you come across that they are coming far from the school, and the school is in a far remote area. So there is still a need of a scholar transport even in those areas. It's only that one cannot have specific numbers as for now, but there are areas of that nature.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Yende. I appreciate it. Mfundo, I'll also wrap with this. You'll know that there was a government delegation that came to the area yesterday, among them being the acting premier in the province, Nomakugu Simelane. And one of the things that she said was their initial assessment did show that there is a lack of law enforcement, or that is an area that can be improved. So hopefully that is something that will change to A, prevent this issue of these heavy vehicles moving around here so freely and dangerously, and secondly, to deal with the issue of overloading of these bakkies that are transporting school children.
No, very, very concerning. Hopefully we will see change following this horrific incident. Thank you very much. That's eNCA senior reporter Dasen Thathia.